Hi, and welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about how we are going to go through and process a transaction. So on your screen right now, you see the main login. The first thing that you're going to be accessing is the order screen. So we're going to go there. It's now going to take you to this. Now, my POS system is going to look a little bit different than yours because I am loading a demo account within it here. However, you still have the ability here where you can upload pictures and everything else with yours. So a few things here, there's a couple different ways that you can go about running a transaction. If you want to run a quick transaction, meaning you don't want to open up a table, you don't want to open up a tab, nothing like that, you can come down here and you can select an item. We're going to click on glass red here. We're going to select whatever modifier that we need. We now have the price up here. If you have the ability where you want to be able to adjust the price, you can simply click on the unit price right there. I don't have mine enabled where we can adjust this on the store level, but you would just simply click right there and you can adjust the price. If you need to add a note, if you need to add a discount to the item, you can certainly add a discount by clicking this item right here. If you need to add notes to send back to the kitchen or whatever that may be, you can simply do that by clicking right here. The next thing that we're going to look at here is if you hit the save button, that's going to save that order. If you are a restaurant, it's going to fire that back to the kitchen if you have that particular item enabled for that. So we can then go ahead in this situation, we're just going to go ahead and click on credit. And it's going to bring you to this section right here. We're going to click on zero tip. And we're going to click on next. By selecting continue right there, it's going to take you to the next screen, which is going to connect your payment device to that particular device or to the particular POS system, excuse me. I don't have a device connected to this one, so we're just going to get an error message. So we're just going to click through that. But at your location, that should send a code out to the payment device, and that should activate it to where you can then stick in the card. So we're going to back up here. And we're going to get out of this section. Now, if you want to send that particular item back to the kitchen, we're going to select the save button. Okay. In order to go back and retrieve that item, you're going to click on the little seat map right here. You're then going to click on the little disc right there in the top right corner, and you're going to retrieve that particular item. So as you can see, mine's right here. We're going to select that. And then we have a couple of different options here. We can either edit the order, we can print the check, we can split the tab up, or we can pay. In this situation, we're going to click on edit order. And it takes you right back to the screen right here. You can also cash out the item. And we're going to hit exact, and we're going to hit continue. At this point in time, you have the option where you can text a receipt, you can email a receipt, you can choose not to print, or you can print a receipt if you have a connected printer to that. We're going to select no print for this option. All right, the next option here that you have for creating a sales order is you can come up here and you can select the order type. So we have all of them enabled here, all options enabled for this particular demo account. Yours may look a little bit different than this. If you need other ones enabled, it's a simple click of a button. But you can select walk-in, delivery, pickup, or dine-in. For this example here, we're going to show dine-in. We can put in the telephone number here. Contact name. Now, when selecting the table, if you have a seat map already enabled and already designed, you are then going to click on the seat map icon. You're going to select table. We're going to select table 1 in this situation. We're then going to say that it has 4 guests. And we're going to select done. Now, if you come up here, this has changed. And it now has the fork and the knife option there. So now when we click the menu items, we put it in there. We're also going to select a cheese pizza. We can then come up here to the first one, and we can indicate that is guest number 1. We can then come to the other one. We can indicate guest number 2. Garlic knots is going to be guest number 3. And appetizer here, pretzels, is going to be guest number 4. Once you hit save, that fires that back to the kitchen. Now, at this point in time, you have a few different ways that you can go back and pick up that check. One, you can hit the table map button, and you can go back in to the table, and you can hit edit order, print check, split, or pay. We're going to select edit order. Brings it back up to this screen. Let's say that the customer now wants a salad, but they are going to split the salad, so we're going to leave that alone. So they're going to equally divide that cost amongst everyone. We're going to hit save again. And now the customer is ready to pay. So again, we are going to select the table map here. And then we can also find this order not only by selecting the table, but we can also, again, find it by the little disc. We can go up here, select the customer, and we can now pay. We're going to select credit. And your tip section may look a little bit different than this. It may look the same depending upon what options are enabled. We're going to go ahead and select $10. Done. And we're going to hit next. And again, we're going to press continue, and it's going to send a code out to the payment device. Now, we're going to go ahead and assume that this transaction was approved and it successfully went through. Okay. The way now, at the end of the night, in order to go and submit your tips, we're going to come up here to the 3 little lines. We have a few different options there. We're going to go ahead and select home. And we are going to go to till management. And do you see this down here? This is the tip option. We're going to select tips, and you can enter in whatever amount that tip was for that particular transaction. So we're going to pretend that we got a $10 tip here on this one. Select done then. Now, once you're done entering your tips in, you're going to hit settle right here. It's going to give you an error message to make sure. Yes, oops, and I forgot to select a staff member. Now we go to settle. And yes. It's going to tell us our receipt printer is offline. Just the demo, of course. You should not be getting that error message. And now we're going to hit close. At that point in time, you can select any print options or reporting options that you may want. That's in here. Normally the business owner or the supervisor will do that at the end of the night. They will print the Z report. And once you are finished, you can either manually batch out or your system will automatically batch out for you, whichever option is enabled on the back end. If any changes are ever done to the system, it's very important that it will not reflect those changes on the POS system until you hit the cloud sync, which is right here. Now, at this point in time, we have done the cloud sync. So whatever changes we made in the cloud or up in the cloud has been made. And that is only necessary if you make any changes on the back end. The other option that I want to talk about here today is the POS settings right here. So if you click on POS settings, it's going to take you to a screen like this. Now in your system, it's probably going to have a bunch of different register printers or payment devices or kitchen printers, and that If anything ever goes offline, you can always click on this little arrow right there, and that's going to search for everything, and it's going to find it if it's on the network. It's one of the first steps that you'll want to do in order to troubleshoot anything. Also here, I want to talk about this demo profile. Well, it's going to say something else on your screen, but the ZB 4.3.3. That is the application built version on the app that's installed on your system right now. There may be times where you get an error message that says app update or app update available. What you'll want to do, again, you'll come in here to the POS settings right there, and you'll click on this little ZB option right there. Now it's telling me here that I have a new version that's available. I'm going to select yes. It's going to give me an error message similar to this. And a little thing's going to kind of pop up down at the end, and it'll say install. At that point in time, you'll probably have to restart your system and then start it back up again. But then you are now running the newer system on that. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to address any concerns. Thanks, and hope you have a great day.